Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of 100 Days of Making Comics, and I am C.B Smallwood. Now, for those that don't know, 100 Days of Making Comics, every single day or every other day, I'll be writing, drawing, inking, coloring, lettering. I'll be doing something to further my goals to becoming a comic book artist, beefing up my portfolio, and hopefully making a comic book in the process, and maybe getting finished before the 100 days. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see how that works out. First of all, before I get started, well, I kind of wanted, what I'm going to show you right now, in just a second or two, is I'm going to kind of give you a progress of where I'm at so far in my 100 days challenge. You know, what have I accomplished as far as my comic book is concerned. And I'm going to show you the pages that I got done so far. And it's a good little introductory video for the few subscribers that I've gotten so far. I also want to say thank you to a couple of my new subscribers for taking the time to subscribe to my channel and sticking around. Typically, a lot of people who subscribe or follow my channel, they'll be here for a little while, and then they'll leave, and then sometimes I'll have people that'll stick around. You know, for those of you that take the time to stick around, thank you. So let's go ahead and get started, and as we go, I'll kind of fill you in on things. So the name of my comic is Wildcat, and you can't really see a lot of the details, the line work. Alright, this is the first issue, and pretty much what's happening here is we've got a girl running in the cemetery, right? It's around fall and the leaves are falling and that sort of thing, and here she's still running, and there's some guys in the background. Now, I may leave a silhouette, I might not, I don't know, but of the bad guys in the background. A lot of these pages I will continue to go back to them to finish a few of them, and actually continue to whittle on them to, I don't know, my view of perfection, I guess. So here we are on the third panel. See a little bit more details, kind of made them kind of goofy like these bad guys. More details of the bad guys chasing the girl through the cemetery. And actually on Facebook, and I can't remember who the person was, they said that there needed to be like maybe an extra panel showing her tripping over something to show that she's tripped. And I thought to myself, well, if that person notices that, probably more than likely other people have too. So that's what I did here. And the last panel, which is out of proportion, but it still looks cool. It's not really proportionate, but I like it. You see the bad guys looking at her, and they're talking, and there she's laying. On the next page, some villainous dialogue, more villainous dialogue, and I've been very painfully slow about drawing these bad guys. I mean, before I didn't have these two guys or that girl, but now things are starting to fill in. And usually as I go along, if I get bored or things kind of get hung up and I'm not sure how to draw something, I will move on to the next page, because if I stick around on something I'm stuck on for too long, then I'm not really drawing and I'm not really making comics. So my method is, if I'm not sure about how to do something, then I'll skip that and I'll move on to something that I am more comfortable with drawing. Here we get to the next panel. Now these guys have made such a ruckus and everything that whatever's in this grave, which is Wildcat, is disturbed, and there's a thump because he's waking up. I've had some problems with this face of hers. I'm not fully satisfied with it, but I'm going to roll with it. I like this panel for some reason. They're doing things. I like it when characters are doing things. I don't always accomplish that. Sometimes I just go for cheapo generic shot, like like these guys. They all look like they're peeing, but they're not peeing. But anyway, but here they're doing stuff, so I like that. Here is a close-up of the grave. You can't really tell. This is supposed to be the tombstone right here, and then the thump, thump, thump. Something's happening. This is page 3. Got villainous dialogue going on. More stuff, right? Girl being vocal. I'm not too happy with this face either, but I may roll with it, you know, because out of sake of expediency, I guess. Here she is talking, and this guy's talking, saying, threatening her, and then the threat becomes real because a knife unfolds. I'll probably, you know, darken this knife out a little bit, maybe add just a couple more bit of line work on the hand. For the most part, I don't think I'm going to touch his face because I like the cartoony look of it. You know, hearkening to like some manga or anime type of, you know, shock. I hate this panel. The idea is like a really cool, creepy hand is coming up out of the grave. I love the rubble. I thought the rubble turned out really good, but I'm not getting that really cool effect that I was going for. And so I'm kind of disappointed in that. I may go back over that, or if worse comes to worse, I may just say Fwah on it, and just, you know, because it's the best I can do right now as an artist. Because oh boy, if I stay too hung up on it and I redraw this hand 100 times, I don't think I'll get finished. I mean, I have put a lot of effort in it, and I know it's not perfect, but like, I may go back over it, you know, some more, but if I fool with it too much, I never will get finished with this comic. So pretty happy with this page overall. Here he is coming out of the grave, and I'm going to go over these panels some more. Right. All right, let me show you the double splash page. I have to get the stand up for this. So I like the crows or ravens or whatever I threw in there. Oh gosh, I forgot. I forgot. Oh yeah, yeah. I thought I forgot that guy had a bat, but I remember I drew that later on. Had trouble with the shotgun business. Oh, I didn't really have adequate references for the guy holding a shotgun. But here in the future, I'm going to buy some toy guns that look pretty authentic, and I'll be able to take all the reference photos I need to fix that for future reference. I don't know if you... Sorry, guys. That's the double splash page. Okay. Alright, now this is page 7. Again, you know, I'll work on these guys' faces maybe just a little bit more to make them look tighter. This face is kind of goofy. Originally it looked a little bit more Sam Keithy. You know, I could end up erasing it, or I may just stick with it. You know, I don't know. I kind of like it. I know that some people might not, but I don't know. I just like the vibe of it. In this panel, I just love the kinetic energy that this has right here. Just that expression, the hat and stuff. It's just really cool. It doesn't necessarily look like the same people, but it doesn't look like the same people. So And my tree work is improving as I continue with this issue. So we get down here to the bottom panel. Got that going on. Also, I don't know if you guys and gals have noticed, I have not drawn my borders in my pages. And the reason for that is I get annoyed with anything that takes meticulous energy. I'm a very organic person in the way that I think and the way that I do things and stuff like that. I'm constantly just going in different directions, like a plant that seeks sunlight wherever it can get it. And I hate drawing borders, with a ruler and stuff, but so I figured, I would wait till I was about finished with everything, and I'll go back in with a ruler and fix that crap. So that's page 7. Page 8, again, filling in more details of the bad guys and working on that. More details on Wildcat here. This guy just slammed a bat across his face, and he's a little freaked out. Actually, he looks like, unintentionally, like the jester in the Puppet Master. If you ever seen the Full Moon Entertainment's horror movies, they got these puppets in Puppet Master, and one of them's a jester, and his facial expression looks like the jester. Unattended. I'm not really happy with that expression. I don't hate it, but just one of these things. I'm not happy with any of their expressions except for his. His is alright for the most part. Alright. I hate to point this out, one of the pupils is off, so I'm going to have to fix that. But pretty cool panel overall, page, This kind of has a little bit of a Jack Kirby feel to it. Add more details to the faces and stuff like that. Having problems with rendering a shotgun because it isn't so much that I can't draw a shotgun or anything like that. It's just that I'm aware that when you have a firearm, that depending on what it is, you got to hold it in a certain way because there's recoil and kickback and all this other stuff. Certain weapons weigh certain weights and stuff like that, and there's certain realistic ways that you hold them, and this isn't necessarily how you would hold a shotgun, okay? But because of where the shot is and everything to get the maximum coolness, sometimes I have to do some Hollywood magic, which means he's kind of holding it unrealistically. But again, I'll figure this stuff out as I grow as an artist, and hopefully get it all straightened out. Again, more stuff I have to finish. Shotgun troubles yet again. There's all that stuff. Alright, this is page 9. He got shot in the chest, smoking. He's channeling his inner Eastwood there. Pretty cool last panel. Okay. Now this page has 3 panels like the last page. Don't like that, so I'm going to have to fix that. That's the reason I started tinkering with this. I'll probably erase this because I'm not happy with it, or I'll adjust it one or the other. He's flying through the air. He smashes that guy's head completely, and then as soon as this camera gets adjusted, he punches the guy away like trash. So that's where I'm at. That last page was page 10. Whew. Sorry to say, it took me a million years to do 10 pages. I've been doing a few other things, but still, that isn't much of an excuse. I have laid out the next 8 to 10 pages. Okay. I took a break from the fight scene to do some interiors, or not some interiors, but sketched out some pages for the farmhouse scene, which will come up later. But now I've went back to sketching the pages of the actual fight scene. So let me run you through this. Okay. There's Wildcat. There's a bunch of bad guys. They're charging him. You got Knife Guy. Can't really tell, but Shotgun Guy. And there's a Chain Guy back here too. Okay. And Knife Guy gets grabbed by Wildcat, right? He's grabbing him by his hand that's holding the knife. Meanwhile, here's the Chain Guy, and he's like whipping Wildcat with a chain, but he doesn't really seem to care. Then we get to this bottom panel, and Chain Guy is still whipping on Wildcat. Hits him right in the face. Still doesn't care. Wildcat still holding the guy's hand. He takes his free arm and it gives the guy a new elbow. Like he has one elbow, now he has another one because he broke his forearm. And then he punches him away. He hits a tree and breaks his neck, so he's dead. So that is 2 out of the 4 bad guys dead. Alright, so we see Wildcat here. He's looking, and we got Chain Guy. He's got the chain whipping, he's upset. His buddy's dead. His other buddy's dead, or whatever. Wildcat's distracted, and then here's Shotgun Guy again. He's like, this ain't how the dialogue will go, but to give you an idea, you really should pay attention, buddy, to what's going on around you. You never know what'll sneak up on you. Boom! Boom! And it blows off like part of his face. Wildcat, still standing. Clearly, he hasn't had a good day with that shotgun blast to the face. Here's the guy with the shotgun. I'm going to show him like dropping the gun or something. I don't know. Or maybe just leave his hands up. But he's running away because he just shot this guy in the face and he's still standing. I'll probably draw the Chain Guy in the background. Here's Wildcat. Here's his face, and he's holding part of his face. Here's Chain Guy's hand with the chain dangling down, and he's threatening Wildcat. This ain't over. Blah blah blah. The next unfinished page is we have Wildcat turning around to reveal his messed up face, and here's the Chain Guy. His fingers are open now because he's a little freaked out. And then an uncertain last page that I have no idea how I'm going to draw. Oh, man. I'm so tired. I'm sleepy. It's late and stuff. But I gotta try to stay up late tonight. So I can be ready for work tomorrow when I work. What is it? 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So anyway, let me zoom out a little bit here. I've already kind of pre-drawn the borders, not professionally, just kind of went over them really quickly with my pencil and stuff. Boy, oh boy. I got other stuff to say. Let me think what I got to say. I don't know. What do I have to say? Who knows? So I got some cool news, not really about me, but Fwah Storm. I call him Fwah. It's I believe it's actually pronounced Fwah. Fwah Storm, who has a YouTube channel and a Vimeo channel. He is well, first of all, for those that don't know, he started a new YouTube channel. Like, he's got his regular channel, which he's renamed. I think it's called Fwah's Movie Madness, which Fwah is spelled F-W-A-H. Right. Fwah's Movie Madness. And his new channel, I can't remember what his new channel's entitled. It could just be Fwah Storm. But anyway, he started a 100 challenge. I'd like to welcome him to that. And oh boy, he's ready to kick butt, because like he already draws a lot, and he's planning on not only drawing one comic book by the 100 days, he's actually going to be doing a whole slew of books, you know, anywhere from 2 to 4 books or more. I don't know. That's pretty wild. Oh man. And I really am looking forward to his challenge, because, you know, he's been doing the YouTube stuff for a little while now, and like, so that means that he's gotten really good at editing and stuff like that. So I'm kind of curious of what he's going to do, which I don't want to put no pressure on him about as far as editing, because the thing I've learned about doing these 100 days making comic videos, where you're putting a video up every single day, it's just not necessarily super realistically feasible to do like a really awesome editing job every single day when it comes to doing these videos, because some days you feel bad, some days you're tight on time and stuff like that, and just all kinds of different things. So I'm kind of curious, you know, how that's going to work out for him, and I'm excited for him, because I think it's going to really help him grow his fan base and his brand, and make people more aware of what he does and stuff. So I'm happy for him. And I drew this out of proportion. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Whatever. It's what an eraser's for. There's that guy. Here's this guy. So anyway, you know, welcome to the challenge. Oh, and also, very cool thing is he gave me a shout out there on his video, which is really, really cool. And I'm very appreciative. And I don't mean to get quiet when I say that, because I'm kind of using my creative brain muscles, and when I do that, it's hard for me to multi-mental task. Yeah, I just made a new expression of multi-mental task. I can't do it. I can't do it. Make a YouTube video, talk, and do all this other stuff too. It's just not happening. Just not happening. Okay. You know, I need to change the angle of this face over here. And for those that don't know, this is going to be a little bit of a long video. Haven't done one in a while, but I guess it won't. I guess it really won't hurt, you know. We're going to do this. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm getting ready to wrap this video up. Just kind of will let everybody know what all was going on. You know, I got some cool stuff lined up. The speaker's going off. So, in parting, before I wrap the video up, I just want to say that, you know, if there's anybody that wants to do the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge, and for some reason you know, something is holding you back from doing it, you know, just go ahead and do it. It doesn't really matter. If you can't think of what you want to draw, make something up. If you can't make something up, just draw Superman, Batman, Hulk, or whatever. Just draw your own story of them. If you can't think of a story to draw of them, then just pick up a comic book and then just draw it your own way. And if you can't do that, just copy what's in the comic book. Because part of being a comic book artist, in my opinion, is drawing. Well, actually, that's essentially the main thing. You got to constantly be drawing, you know. And if you're not drawing, you're not being a comic book artist. You know, if you're not going to get better unless you draw a lot. You know, doesn't matter if you're copying somebody else's stuff. And I'm not talking about ethically or anything like that or morally. I'm just saying, when it comes to skills, it really doesn't matter if you're copying or doing something original and stretching your imagination. If you're not drawing, you're not growing as an artist, you know. So if you're looking for that bounce, for that kick, to you know, start drawing comics, and just start drawing comics. You know, that's the best advice I can give. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes it looks like I know what I'm doing, but most of the time, no, I really don't. I have no clue of what I'm doing. I'm just kind of figuring out as I go along. And, you know, occasionally some of you that's been doing this far longer than I have give me like really helpful tips on you know, things that I'm not aware about, you know. Like, for example, I believe is it GSR Games? I don't have my laptop pulled up right now. I had to move it off the table because I was trying to show all those drawings. But anyway, I believe it was GSR Games. You know, he gave the comment that when I talked about these these Statler pens, that he prefers these over the Micron pens because these don't bleed as bad as the Microns. And see, I didn't know that. My friend Will Avenger, he uses Micron pens, you know. And so I think it's a pretty interesting tip, you know. That could be something that'd help out, you know, Will Avenger too, you know. And I know Dave has given out some really good technical advice and comic book advice as well, you know, and everybody has. So, but anyway, back on my main point, you know, if you're thinking about doing this challenge and for some reason, you know, you think of excuses. I mean, you want to, but you're just not sure. Just go ahead and do it. Even if you think you're going to fail and fall flat on your face, it's okay. you know. And if you get behind on a video, or you're like a week behind or 2 weeks behind or whatever, just upload another video. And just, you know, like say like if you're on day 2, right? Day 2 was the last video you put out. And then 4 or 5 weeks pass by, then you know what? 4 or 5 weeks later, just pick up where you left off and do day 3. You know, because you got to get in the habit of finishing things. You know, you got to get in the habit of trying to get things done. Because if you don't, you know, you never will get to where you want to go in life. You know, you can work on perfection. I think most artists are concerned with perfection, so much so that they actually hinder themselves from going any further, you know, because they're too afraid to even get started on their project, because they're afraid to fail or afraid it's not going to be good enough. You know, a lot of times I think it's the main complaint most artists have is they're afraid that whatever it is that they got going, it's not going to be good enough. But you know what? If you keep at it and if you draw constantly, you're going to get better. You know, you're going to improve. So just get in the habit of trying to finish stuff. And you can always go back and then make it better. But, you know, so if you have delays and you get stuck on day 2 and then like 4 weeks later, and, you know, you want to do another video, you want to start the series over back at 1, don't even worry about starting the series back over at 1. You know, I don't think anybody's going to care. You know, like I've broken all kinds of rules when it come to 100 days of making comics, and you know why I broke the rules? Because 100 days of making comics is not about Kevin Cross, it's not about Will Terrell, or the one guy who does a really good laboratory 100 days making comics videos. I'm sorry, guy, I can't think of your name right off the bat. You know, anybody else that it's kind of a big name when it comes to 100 days making comics. That's not to dismiss anybody lower than that or same level. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. The point is, 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge is about you. And it's about me, you know. It's about you being all that you can be, you know. Being the best artist you can be. And making improvements and making those changes that you need to make in order to be an artist. And so if you have to break the rules and change the rules as you go along, then you do that. You do whatever you need to do to make the challenge happen. And listen, if you're somebody that doesn't want to do the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge, that's fine too. You know, just as long as you're drawing. If you want to be a comic book artist or a writer or whatever it is that you want to be, then just go do that thing that you love. And you do it the best way you know how. But the important message is do, okay? Be doing something. Because the longer that something stays in your head, you're not actually doing anything, and it's just a fantasy. So you got to make it a reality. And it's been a while since I did one of these philosophical videos, but there you go. And I hope everybody took everything well in the spirit that it's intended. So let me go ahead and wrap this video up. It's been a while since I did one of these 30-minute monsters. So this is where I'm at. By the way, I want to let everybody know that I made a studio logo for my studio. I've got 2 of them. One's a daytime one, where more official and whatever, and then the other one's kind of like a nighttime party one. I don't know why I have 2, but I just like the idea of having 2. I may throw one away later on, but whatever. But I'm going to print those out sometime or another, and then I'll show them again, because last time I tried to show them by using my camera and filming the freaking screen on my laptop. It didn't show up good at all, so you didn't really get a good sense of anything. I've gotten a couple of replies, and I just want to let everybody know that I will write you back. It usually takes me anywhere from 3 to 5 days to write you back, sometimes longer. I'm sorry. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm lazy. And other parts, it's just, me, just life getting in the way. So with that said, please remember to check out Fwah Storm's channel, his new one. I think it's Fwah Storm. Type in on YouTube Fwah Storm 100 Days of Making Comics, and it should pull it up. As always, if you like this video, you want me to do more stuff like this, and you want this to show up in YouTube's algorithms or whatever you want to call it, please remember to smash that upvote button, that like button, and also for those of you that's on VidMe, please do the same. And a couple of thank yous to people like Douglas and the Brew Monks on VidMe for their support, and as well as everybody else. Thank you for all the anonymous viewers and stuff like that for all your support. As always, if you really like my stuff, please remember to subscribe and follow. And gee-oh, that's a lot of stuff. That really is a lot of stuff. This video never will end, so I'm just going to end it. Thanks for tuning in. God, that's a big Making Comics. I'll see you guys later, and I will do a short video next time, okay? Hopefully. So until next time, this is C.B Smallwood with 100 Days of Making Comics.